Many of the Sheriff's Office prepares, tragedies such as this affect us all. Our continued thoughts and prayers are with them. We're here to address unrelated rumors and events that have occurred at North Brunswick High School and Leland Middle School. And to give you a little history on this, back in September of 2017, specific threats were made against specific students at Leland Middle School and were posted to a student's Instagram account. Threats included a date, names, and weapons. 3 students, all 3 minors, were charged in that incident and have since been convicted. Weapons were seized and are still in our possession. All 3 have been suspended indefinitely from any school in the county and are banned from any school grounds. Last week, February 7th, a man came to Leland Middle School to pick up a child but was not on the authorized pickup list. The SRO was alerted. The man attempted to leave the campus while the school resource officer ran his information to see if he had any outstanding warrants and to find out more about the man. The school was placed on lockdown as a precaution only. The man did have outstanding warrants, nonviolent charges, and was taken into custody. Because of that event, a student who was familiar with the threats and events from September of last year expressed concerns to administrators that the events were related. However, they were not. That student then began to express those same concerns to fellow students and friends, and the rumors began to circulate. To further add to those concerns, the original Instagram post from September of 2017 began to resurface. Last Tuesday, we were alerted to these rumors after parents were made aware and expressed concerns to the school. 4 students were interviewed on that day. In another unrelated incident, we increased our presence at North Brunswick High School due to a separate threat on a single student stemming from an incident that occurred out of the county involving a domestic situation. Due to this increased presence, again, false information began to circulate amongst students, reigniting the rumors related to September 2017 incident. Over 20 students have been interviewed at both Leland Middle School and North Brunswick High School, none of which are consistent. We have 20 different students with 20 different stories. There has been no substantiated new threat. Thus far, 0 credibility to any rumored threat. All are related to the September 2017 threats, which resulted in 3 students charged again and convicted, and subsequently suspended and banned from all school grounds. I want to stress that every rumor and every threat is investigated as if it were the gospel truth. The Florida tragedy is a sobering reminder of why we take any threats of violence or rumors of violence extremely seriously. We take the safety of our schools seriously every day, not when just one of these events occur around the country, but every day. Each school has a school resource officer on campus, and security protocols are in place so that every precaution is taken in order to keep our schools safe. We are able to do this because of our unwavering partnership with the Brunswick County school system. And Superintendent Les Tubbs and his staff, I cannot thank enough, because through that partnership, we're able to work hand in hand to resolve these issues quickly and efficiently. It is extremely important to report any suspicious or disturbing activity to law enforcement immediately. Take screenshots of anything posted on social media and report it immediately, day or night. Our website is set up where you can report things anonymously, day or night. We get those immediately. I would encourage parents to please encourage their children to do the same. And another thing, please, parents, pay attention to your children's social media accounts. Things are happening on social media, and And we need to make sure that if any of these threats are circulating amongst students, that we can get on top of it quickly. A lot of times they'll circulate, we won't find out about it until sometime later, and it makes it very difficult to follow up with investigations. I also want to point out that we don't release information about rumors. We want to be confident that the information we are providing the community is credible and valid. That's why there is sometimes a delay in the amount of information we release, because the last thing we want to do is be involved in circulating rumors that are not substantiated. I also want to point out that if there is a threat or potential threat to have any validity whatsoever, we will release it immediately. But again, as far as rumors, we want to make sure that we try to substantiate those rumors before releasing information. Most recently, a message was written on the wall of one of the bathrooms here at North Brunswick High School, which read, "Have a nice day" on the 21st of this month, because there will be no more school after that. We can provide you with a photo of that note if you need one after this conference. But things like this are what cause an investigation and cause us to mobilize our resources. And with regards to this particular note, we have investigated it thus far. We have not been able to determine who was responsible for writing that note, and it is still under investigation. But even something as simple as a note like this, we take very seriously. I want to remind everybody our mission, the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, in partnership with the Brunswick County Schools, is to keep our schools as safe as possible. And one key element in that is having our community to assist us in providing us feedback and information that they're hearing in order for us to be able to get to the bottom of these rumors, or it may be valid information, in order to take appropriate action. We encourage our community to continue to help us in accomplishing our mission. So that is everything that has transpired up until now. That is everything that we can release to you. Naturally, with the children being minors, we can't release their names, so you don't even need to ask for that. And other than that, I'd be glad to try to answer any other questions you might have.
How many calls did you get from adults concerning this kind of resurgence of this 2017 rumor?
How many calls from adults?
Yeah. Was your office getting phone calls, or was it just kind of like floating around the internet?
I'm not sure how many calls we got. There was some information floating around the internet. Naturally, we get messages into our Facebook account, our social media accounts, and I can't speak for how many calls the school received. I don't know that.
Would it have been considerably less than the number of times it had been shared online?
Yes.
So people seem to be sharing these things but not contacting law enforcement?
That's true. Very true. They seem to be sharing it, whether it's fact or fiction, and many times we're not notified until the event has passed.
So what time did you guys start, have all of these issues yesterday? What time did it begin? Was it in the morning that you started kind of
yes,
looking into it? And then,
I didn't understand your question, but yes, we started immediately yesterday morning investigating.
So then what happened in Florida happened? Did that sort of ramp up your kind of...
It was just very unfortunate with the way things unfolded yesterday. We're in the middle of conducting an investigation like this. A lot of these rumors have been circulating around the community, and then we have such a tragic event unfold in Florida. Naturally, that makes everyone extremely concerned about what's going on within the school system. And, you know, they want their children to be safe. I have children in the school system. I want them to be safe. That's our goal. And it's just very unfortunate the way that unfolded. but again, I understand people's concerns. Another thing that you may have seen this morning, some of you, we had an increased presence here at this school and every other school throughout the county. We didn't do that because of a threat or a rumored threat. We did that because we knew that the events that unfolded in Florida yesterday had everybody's emotions running high, and we wanted them to know that we were there, we understand that concern, and to help try to put their mind at ease. That's all that was for.
So, sorry, the inscription on the bathroom wall about the 21st, is that still under investigation, or is that going to be under investigation until the 21st?
It is still under investigation.
Okay, so do y'all have any efforts planned for the 21st, since that was mentioned on the bathroom wall, or is that just going to be like kind of what you're doing now with the additional deputies? You know, what's going to kind of happen with that as you're investigating the situation, or that inscription at least?
We are not going to take anything for granted. We're going to take every necessary step to ensure that our schools are safe, not only on the 21st, but every other day. But I can assure you that we will not be taking that lightly.
And Sheriff, when was that inscription found, you said?
Excuse me?
When was the inscription on the bathroom wall found?
Last week.
Last week.
And I don't know if you can answer this. Somebody from the schools probably could. Do you know, has the county seen a decrease, or are more kids out of school today? Does it appear parents are keeping their kids home?
I haven't seen any change in attendance. The attendance issue is mainly because of flu more than anything else. That's where our attendance is. No, there have not been any visible decrease because of the rumor.
Sheriff, you also stated that you guys interviewed about 20 kids, both from Leland Middle and also from North Brunswick High School. But you said that there were just inconsistencies among their stories?
Yeah, we interviewed 20 different students, and we have 20 different stories. That's about as inconsistent as you're going to get.
So there were two separate rumors that were circulating. They were both proven to be unsubstantiated.
I'm sorry, repeat.
There were two separate rumors circulating that were both proven to be unsubstantiated.
The rumors that have been circulating thus far have proven to be unsubstantiated, yes.
And that was two separate
Yes.
rumors.
It's hard to hear you with that wind blowing and here it's going a little bit. Excuse me.
Sheriff, you mentioned it yourself. You guys increased efforts at multiple schools throughout the area, not just because of the threats that came forward but because of what happened in Florida and because of those tensions. Can you address some of those tensions from some of the parents? What is it? Yes, you guys have increased presence, but what else are you guys trying to do in terms of security? Because we're only in February and this already seems to be an issue within 2018. It just seems to be coming up to the surface more and more.
Well, let's get back to the facts for a minute. What's becoming an issue is rumors circulating, not factual information. And before people decide to circulate these rumors, we need to determine whether they're fact or fiction. And the best way to do that is to contact law enforcement and allow us to investigate those before we allow it to spin out of control. That's the issue that's occurring here. As far as security threats, we do not have an increase in security threats here in Brunswick County. I can't speak for across the nation. I'm concerned with Brunswick County, and that's not what we're experiencing here. I think that what keeps our schools safe and operating efficiently, and the communication between our agencies is the relationship that we have, that we've established over years, the trust and confidence we have in one another, and add on top of that our community and the way that they give us information. I did have a few people reach out to me last night through social media or calling me and asking for additional presence at schools just for reassurance. And we want them to know we understand their concerns. That's why we did what we did this morning. That's why we had the additional officers at every school. But again, I believe that what we have in place, the protocols we have in place are sound. We are always looking for opportunities to improve on them. And if anybody has any suggestions, I'm all ears. I'd love to hear them, because we take those suggestions and those concerns and we try to look at what we're currently doing and find ways to improve. But we do have a sound system in place with our school resource officers being at every school in the county, working hand in hand with the Brunswick County school system, teachers and faculty and staff there to ensure that our schools are as safe as we can possibly make them. Can we prevent everything? No. We're going to do everything we can to prevent things and get on top of things and investigate them thoroughly when they come in to ensure we minimize any negative impact to the schools.
And to follow up on that, you said that there has been no effect to a security threat within the district, but can't you necessarily say that because of rumors that does elevate some sort of risk factor there?
Rumors don't elevate a risk factor unless they're facts. And the way we determine whether they're a fact or fiction is if we get that information and we're allowed to conduct an investigation to determine the source of that information and if there's any validity to it whatsoever. So anything beyond that would be mere speculation. I don't operate in speculation. We operate with facts.
I'm wondering if you have any deputies or any sort of law enforcement that actually have Instagram accounts and monitor what these students are saying, or do you just rely on students to report them to you?
Well, if we did, it'd be kind of silly to release that information, because then they'd be aware of what we're doing. That's your answer.
Do you anticipate increased presence, like kind of indefinitely, or any sort of time frame on that, like for the rest of the school year?
No,
Okay.
we don't. We'll increase the presence as it's needed.
But there's always a law enforcement
There's
presence.
always law enforcement presence in every school. Yes, ma'am.
And how many schools does Brunswick County have?
19.
19?
Yes, ma'am.
And each school has a school resource officer?
Yes, ma'am. All of the high schools have at least 2, with the exception of one high school.
Okay, anything else?
I guess the only other question I have is, what can you say to those parents who are saying that they are worried as of what happened in Florida? Again, yeah, you did say that rumors are rumors, but at the end of the day, worries are still words.
Yeah, we understand that. That's why we did what we did this morning, and that's why we encourage people, if they have concerns, to reach out to us. Let's have a conversation about that. If there's anything in specific, we will investigate it thoroughly and get to the bottom of it, because if they're concerned, we're concerned. But as far as, to get back to what you were saying earlier, rumors equate to threats. That's not necessarily true. We have to thoroughly investigate all of those and all of that information coming in to determine whether it is actually a threat or not. And in this case, and what's been happening over the past few weeks is obviously stemming from something that happened last year. There's no new information, no new threats. It's just speculation and one person perceiving it as one thing when in reality it was completely different.
Just real quick, just to clear up the timeline. So that man tried to pick up a student on February 7th, you said?
Yes.
And then while the school resource officer was looking up his background or whatever, he took off.
Let me address that for you,
Okay.
too, in a way. I'll talk very generally about some of the security protocols. I won't get into the real facts, because there's,
And if you could just tell us your name and...
I'm Les Stubb. Chief, among the security issue, the number one protocol that we have is, you walk onto this campus, you're going to have to be buzzed into the school. Somebody's going to have to know that you're coming in. Second thing, it, you run it. And then when you run through the database, it comes out with your picture. And if there are warrants or if there are issues, then it is flagged and the SRO takes up. So that's how it starts. But to talk about any further protocols would not be, advantageous for us.
How long have you been doing that?
Golly. See, I've been superintendent 3 years, retired a while, probably about 8 or 9 years.
And you've been in the teaching field for how long?
37 years.
So it's a very different
Yeah.
atmosphere today.
Of course. Let me also reiterate a couple of things too. Safety is a real problem in the school. Number two, you heard Sheriff Ingram talk about it, but we have the best relationship between the Sheriff's Office and the school system. He and his staff are exceptional in the way they support our schools. Anytime we have any issues, SRO calls up the line, the chain, or I call, or the principal calls, and his office always reacts and reacts appropriately. The fact that the SROs are in each of the schools, they talk daily. They talk daily with me through, not through social media, but through an email account. And in talking with me, they talk with the sheriff and his deputies also. So we have a running idea of what's happening in our schools. And the sheriff has worked with us in how we as educators can better do our job as looking for those items or those practices or those things that our kids do so that we can better identify who they are. Our SROs, because of the work they do, establish and have established relationships with students at the school. They're here primarily for the safety of our students and the staff here on the campus, but they're also here to build a relationship with students. And they hear a lot from the students. And we just would not trade that relationship that our SROs have with the staff and with our students. And we would not trade our relationship that we have with the sheriff in his office. I dare say that what we have probably the best working relationship between the school system and the sheriff's office. Just everywhere. I mean, you look at our PIOs, they work simultaneously on those things they need to. You look at the SROs. At all of our ball games, you will find additional SROs. They know the kids. They try to get them to the kids. So let me say again, if parents can be assured that the sheriff and his folks are working hard, and that the teachers and the staff here at the schools are working hard also, because safety is the #1 priority, and at all the other 18 schools.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Mackenzie Holland of the Wilmington Star News here. For those of you who just caught the tail end of that, I saw that some of you had some questions about what exactly you were watching. We're here live at North Brunswick High School in Leland, North Carolina, where there was just a press conference held with Brunswick County Sheriff John Ingram and Brunswick County School Superintendent Les Tubb regarding rumors that were circulating around North Brunswick High School and neighboring Leland Middle School about threats that the Sheriff's Office has found to be unsubstantiated. But they are continuing to investigate the situation, especially in light of the tragic school shooting that occurred yesterday in Parkland, Florida. So again, this was a press conference with Brunswick County Sheriff John Ingram, and it just wrapped up. You can go back